Hello and welcome back to Roads of Elden Ring. Today we are finally going to explore the Finger Ruins over here. Ooh, now I've spoiled it. Last time I completely forgot about it, and instead I did the plateau over here. The... whatever it's called. Something plateau, or... Shadow Altus, right. And this time we will explore the Finger Ruins, fairly small area. The episode before the last one, we've explored the Cerulean coast, right here. And this is where we will go today. We will go down here, and go up here, and then we're in the Finger Ruins. It's that simple. So let's hop onto Torrent. And let's see what that area has to offer. Is there a good way around here, or do I have to jump down? There's probably a good way somewhere over here, right? Maybe this way? That looks promising. Very nice. Alright, Finger Ruins. Lore heavy area. Sadly, not that heavy in awesome gameplay. Right here we are at the coast, at the beach again, and we can already see Finger Creeper roaming around. Big and small ones, or should I say medium and small ones, because if we remember back to the... how do I switch map again? This button. If we remember back to the mountaintops of the giants, this area, there is an enormous Finger Creeper. And luckily we don't have these here. But we have the normal ones here. Indeed, very strange looking creatures. And for some reason they have some... sounds going on. That's the strangest thing, because they don't even have mouths. So how do they vocalize anything? So apparently they have lungs, or maybe another organ to suck in air. And to create sound, other than their stomping. And of course we have these Finger Creepers buried in the ground as well. But right here there is sadly not really anything to explore. This is where we came from. There are some items down there, I think. But other than that, not really much to do here. We can explore these plateaus up there and this flower field over here, but there is nothing really there. Maybe one or two Finger Creeper buried in the ground, but other than that, no major item, at least. First time arriving here is definitely very exciting. If you haven't encountered this area before. Finger Ruins of Rhia, or Rhia, whatever. However you want to pronounce it. Very epic looking area, at least from up here. Bunch of fingers. And, yep. If we have a look, there are some of golden aspects there, like golden ore maybe, or whatever that these golden features are. But very strange, very alien looking area, for sure. And we even have new enemies, although not here per se, a bit further inland. It's definitely very creepy looking. And all of the fingers are pointing inwards into a specific part of the area. And I guess this is where you want to be, right? This is where the big boss is, or the mysterious alien eldritch kind of thing happens, right? In the middle over there. We can already see it. All the fingers curling around that thing that there is. Ooh, I can't wait until we get there. But then we have this plateau over here, which is also fairly, I don't want to say interesting, but useful. Let's say useful. Because if we go up there... Oh, there's the new enemy type. Let's have a look at them first. We have these weird looking things with many eyes on their heads. And they can't... Can they see what they're eating? Constantly open mouth. Long fingers. Kinda looks like one... Definitely looks like something that should have been in the water if it has fins like that. But then it also has legs, but they look fairly useless, honestly. And they're probably more crawling across the ground than anything. What is weird here, we have the reptilian skin that is for some reason wrapping around the fins. Which looks that looks quite inefficient. So it kind of looks like the reptilian skin slowly wears and tears off, and then you get this fishy skin underneath. Looks very weird. But yeah, new enemy type, hooray. But let's go over here because here's something very useful if you're playing this game and you want to test out a few things. Because here we have these remains. Looks very strange. We have a corpse holding up hands. You can see the fingers got cut off. And the head is missing as well. But then they're lying on this weird sarcophagus. It looks like it could have been opened. Like it looks like there is a lid. Or at least the stone platform has two parts of it. And then this weirdly with gold ornamented block. It's very strange. But here you can multiply, or here you can duplicate remembrances. And you can find these on every finger rune in the game. There are more than one finger rune. But we will explore these in due time. Now we need to get down there. So let's get down there, shall we? And explore these ruins further. These very alien looking ruins. And it's quite unsettling. If you're afraid of enormous things, I don't quite know how the phobia's called. I can definitely understand it if you're getting, or if you're going through here with shower going down your spine. For me, I don't necessarily have that phobia, but mine would be... If I'm afraid of big things, then only big things when they're in the ocean. And when I'm also in the ocean, like games like Subnautica would be... Oh, look how fast they go. Games like Subnautica would be not that fun to play for me. I mean, probably too, but I need to try it at some point, I guess. But here we are in the ruins, and I'm approaching the middle. Sadly, there's not really much to explore here. We can explore the middle, and then there is a side path that leads over here to underneath the dragon wing here. Like the side path is over there. But we want to know what's inside of these ruins, right? So let's get there. Let's approach them. And let me tell you, if you're tackling this straight on, you're not going to have a good time. At least I haven't had. Because you see, these dudes, in particular the ones that are fairly close to the middle here, and these I guess too, there's always one that casts, if you remember the Finger Creeper, they have a ranged spell that if it hits you will ensnare you, so that they can charge up their grab attack and then grab you, right? They have something similar, just more outrageous. They fire one of these pinkish projectiles at you in an arc, like it flies up and then comes straight towards you. But other than the one from the Finger Creeper, where it lingers a bit and then explodes so that you have enough time to dodge away, this one will hit you. It's very hard to dodge if you're getting hit directly. I don't even know if it's possible to dodge that one, to roll through it and time your invincibility frames perfectly. But when they ensnare you with that spell, one of the others that is close by teleports to you and grabs you. And this can happen a bunch of times, so you probably don't want to charge them head on. Now come to think of it, there are probably some spells like the deflection spells or the black hole, whatever it's called, that potentially could work. I haven't tested it out, and I don't want to test it out, but if you have these spells and you're actively going through this game, why not try it out and let me know if it works. It probably doesn't work, but I think it's worth trying. Then lying around, we have some nail stones, and somewhere also like some fungi, if I can find them. But other than that, that's it. We have these things, and I don't know if the color matters. There are definitely different colored ones. This one is black with a white belly. These are also black. Is this one slightly bigger? This one looks a bit more purple. Yeah, they are different colored. And these are a bit smaller. I'm towering, or not towering, but it's approximately as a bit smaller than the player character on Torrent. And if we compare that to this one is even bigger than the player character, even while on Torrent. And this one has a more purplish color, it's a bit brighter. Yeah, these ones are smaller. So different types, I guess. Yeah, if you get rid of this one, there are no more projectiles, I guess. Let's see which one, what type this roaming one is. So far, we've noticed two different types. This one is... Is it just me, or does this one look It's definitely one of the smaller. But it looks... They kind of look a bit brighter than... It's hard to measure. Is this a third? I want to have a look at these ones up here. Now that they're not attacking me, I can have a better look at them, right? Let's have a look at this one. I don't know if they... Do they look brighter than the black ones down there? Or are they also black and it's just the lighting here? I can't tell. Like, the differences are very small. But there might be 3 versions so far. I know that some of them have nail magic. Or fingernail magic. And then some have no magic. I think these are the ones with no magic, because these are assigned to teleport to you once you're getting hit. Now they look brighter. That was due to the weather effect, I guess. What are these balls here? That's odd. That's not really a finger. Or maybe it's the core of a finger. Because we also have these bigger balls here lying around. But they're all split this way. Like something with layers. Here we can see the layers. And then with a core inside. I wonder what these are. But we're getting close to the middle. We're getting close. We can't even... We can also see like these walls in the background that are broken down. We'll have a look at them after this middle part here. Because there's not really much to do here. We have this strange object, which is hanging from one of the fingers. And it kind of reminded... Obviously it looks kind of like a finger, but with holes inside of them. But to me it kind of looks like a elongated, maybe hive. Like a wasp hive or something. Somewhat, not completely, but... You know, they make their nests, their hives out of paper, like like this paper-like substance that they're creating. Kind of looks similar, I find. But now let's have a look at these walls that are, I guess, from somewhere over here, drawn in a half circle or something, surrounding this area. What is kind of bumming me out? Is it what it's called? Bumming? Is that a word? What kind of makes me a bit sad is that this is it. Like, there's no bigger secret to this area here. We just have the middle part of the ruins that we right now can't interact with, and we have this onslaught of enemies, but that's it. There is nothing more disturbing here. These fingers aren't moving. Imagine they would also slightly move or twitch. Not necessarily attacking you. They don't wanna squish you, but they're moving slightly. Like they're doing something else. They don't even recognize you. And then if we have a look at the map, we have these bluish spots. Let's explore one of these bluish spots. I guess this is the biggest one, or one of the bigger ones, so there better be something there. You can see them clinging to the rocks there, to the finger rocks. And where is my... okay, it's further ahead. Let's see, do we have it here? No, that's a skull. What was that? Come on, nail stones. Alright. What I'm looking for are finger mushrooms, but I'm not even sure if they grow at this place. Here we have one of the blue spots. They're nothing. They don't exist. They only exist on the map to, I guess, make it more interesting. Or is there something floating in the sky? I don't see anything. Unfortunate. But what are these? They are all cracked open. Maybe these are... no, they don't really look like eggs. Oh, what was that? Oh, more finger stones. Different sized ball, eggs, whatever. Let me know what you think, or what these circle-like structures are, ball-like, sphere-like structures that are all cracked open. And here we do have them. The finger mimics, right? That's what it's called. Light pink mushroom resembling a wizened finger. Material used for crafting. Used by those who wish to become finger to induce hallucinations. Used to by those who wish to become fingers to induce hallucination. A weird sentence. They call these mushrooms the stillborn of the two fingers. Ugh. Kinda gruesome. But yeah, what a weird area. But sadly, not much to do here, and sadly not that much cosmic horror or horror in at all going on. What I kind of wish were like, you remember these stones, the stone balls that are around the Everjail, that's what it's called, the Everjails. And they have this purple light, right? Well, this purple one purple eye. I kind of wish we had, or this area would have been a bit more foggy. Or you would like see these lights on the map that they're actually some kind of creature or growth also coming from these ruins, like small lanterns, some alien looking lanterns, of course, or street lamps or something similar to that, right? And then with the fog and then weird creatures, and then you see these fingers moving, and maybe they're only moving if they're not in your view, or some weird thing that makes you feel really uneasy. And then maybe some kind of dungeon down here instead of just that. Like maybe you go underground and explore part of this area. Because we will see later on in a different episode, of course, we have here Finger Ruins as well. And here we have like these golden specks that are actually nothing at all. But there are also there's also another area with Finger Ruins other than these two. But so far, this is nothing. Like, these are so boring almost. And the encounter here, like with these things, luckily I don't have to show you what the encounter looks like, but it's not really a fun encounter, it's tedious and annoying. But let's keep on moving. Let's see what other thing this area has to offer, other than a very alien view, scenic view, whatever. Here we start to see more of these flowers again, because we're getting closer to the Cerulean coast here. But if we have a look to the sides, there's not really anything to do here. There may be a few items scattered around, but they're not noteworthy, I feel like. Weird stance, but whatever. Did you see it? That one was floating. What a weird area. Because here we have Finger Creeper again. And these things. Don't worry. Excuse me. This one we already knew of. This is that area where we were before. The area that you need to go through in order to actually reach this part here. Because if we go from this dude, like through the mountain there, then we're at the Cerulean coast. But now we're going underneath the wing of the dragon. Quite the big structure. But this area also feels like it's missing something. Because yes, we have Finger Creeper in the ground, there's another one, there's another one. And then we have this shack over here. Which is the... let's see. What is the shack called? Finger Weaver's Hovel. My theory is proven true. The Finger Creepers hail from these ruins. So now I must sound this one hanging bell. And sweetly cradled shall I come to thee at the bosom of the exalted mother. Was a bit... come to be, yeah. Okay. Weird cryptic thing, but apparently it's a bell. I don't really see where that is a bell. For me, a bell is one of these objects with the thing inside that hits the bell, right? And it sounds, but couldn't see that. And then we have a cookbook here where you can craft something. Ugh. Excuse me, I'm a bit tired. Where you can craft something with the finger stuff, I guess, with the finger nail stones. But now we're in this weird area here where it's just nothing more. Like, that's it. There is no cave here. There is no item here, if I remember. At least no noteworthy item. We have these red bears lying around, but that is it. There's no secret here. But that's it. We have the hovel with the cookbook, and that's it. And honestly, you don't really need that ghost telling you that the Finger Creepers, that his theory is correct, that the Finger Creepers hail from this place. I think that is one of the few lore snippets that we're getting where it's quite, I don't want to say obvious, but it feels naturally that the Finger Creepers hail from this place. I mean, they're called the Finger Ruins. Everywhere are fingers coming out of the ground. It looks very alien, just like the thing. Just like the finger creeper and these things. But yeah, that's sadly it with this area, with the Finger Ruins of Rhia. Whatever. I like Rhia. There's not much else to see here. Of course, these grooves in the ground are supposed to look like fingerprints, right? Like the profile or how your fingers are made, similar to these swirls on the fingers. They're supposed to look like your finger profile. What is it called? Hopefully they didn't make every single finger here. Give every single finger here a unique pattern, because that would have been a waste of time. I hope some of them are repeating. And of course, if we have a look at the map, it's supposed to look like part of a finger, like a big finger, right? This round shape, this is like one of the patterns that you see on your fingers and also on your toes, I guess, but that is it. How unfortunate, right? So let's quickly go back to the set of grace so I can make it day. Actually, it looks pretty creepy like this. Well, let's keep it night. And let's talk about today's episode, I guess. About this level, this area. The beginning is amazing. How it all begins, I would say. It's fairly mysterious, and you're actually getting excited to explore this place, which is amazing. Like, the anticipation is there. But then sadly, this anticipation is being crushed by mediocre at best gameplay. Comparing this to other levels from this game, this one is on the lower end. This is one of the worst levels, I would say. Not from a lore perspective, just from a gameplay and reward kind of perspective. For the quest line, of course, we have to come back here at some point. But I haven't progressed to that point so far. But other than the looks from the outside, this is kind of boring. Like, I remember my first time seeing this area. Of course, this is being obscured by a map that you first need to find, so you couldn't really make this out from the map itself. So the first time I've seen this was, I think, from somewhere in this dragon area here. Probably somewhere like here, where I looked down here and saw, like, what the fuck is that? Because from far away, this looks extremely creepy and extremely weird, and you want to explore it. So I explored it, and it's boring. And the encounter with the things down here is infuriating until you beat the one with the homing snare projectile thingies. So gameplay wise, not my favorite area. I don't like fighting finger creepers. The smaller ones are fine, I guess, but I don't like fighting the big finger creepers. Luckily, there are not only finger creepers here. Luckily, it's not filled to the brim with finger creepers, but it's filled to the brim with the new type of enemies, which I much prefer, to be honest. Minus this one encounter, that is infuriating. Sadly, the rewards here are terrible. Like, I don't find duplicating my remembrances exciting. That's not an exciting reward. It's a good reward if you like to switch through your, or if you like to get every single thing from your remembrances, but it's not something where it's not something new really, right? It's more quality of life, I would say, so that you don't necessarily have to start a new playthrough, or get things like weapons dropped for you from your friends or something. But there's no real reward. Like, we have the hovel over here, the finger weaver's hovel with a cookbook, and then we have that thing that we can't interact with. We can duplicate our remembrances here, one only, and that's it. There's no noteworthy item here, like none. No weapon, no armor set, no weird indefinitely or infinite consumable thing like these here. Nothing. It's empty. And it could have looked so much more creepier if the fingers just would move, like, just let them move a little bit, right? And who knows, maybe even let them try to squish the player, right? Would be weird, but would be something. I don't know. It's a disappointing area. But yeah, level design-wise, like the layout of the thing, I've talked about the enemies. They're quite okay-ish, right? The enemies are fine, just this encounter in the middle is infuriating to me. The layout of the level is It's a big space with a lot of fingers in a way, so you can take cover from the projectile, but other than that, it's you come into the big area. On the side we have like the duplication plateau here, and you go in the area, then you have this area to explore, and then you have a small side area with the thingy in them, with the hover, and that's it. There's not much complexity going on, right? It's a fairly simple area. You have this ramp, you go down this ramp, you're in the area, you do the thing, the exploration, where it's not really exploration, you fight a few enemies, and then you go to the hovel and you're done. That's it. Fairly underwhelming level, I would say. Lore overflow, right? The lore is amazing, I guess, but the gameplay suffers heavily. I kind of wish they would change a few things, making this area a bit more mysterious or alien or creepy, because this could have been like a horror area. They have one horror area in the game, but I think that one is falling short as well. But this one, Right. Let me know what you think about this area. If you like it, or if you also find it somewhat lackluster. Write it down into the comments, and I see you in the next episode. Goodbye.